to my last video of 2023. If you can't tell, my voice is still hoarse, but I wanted to end out the year on a good note. I got a really good response from my last Playboy Christmas video I did. I received a lot of new subscribers and got a lot of views, so I said, you know what? I'll pull out another Playboy for the last video of the year. And believe it or not, a lot of December issues of 20th Century Playboy magazine don't look very Christmassy. So it was really important for me to just share with you the ones that I own that look Christmassy. So this one is 10 years after the other one. The other one was December 86. This is December 96. And if you'll notice over here, it says it was $5.95, and the 86 one was $4. So it went up quite a bit in 10 years. And of course, it just has the fabulous Jenny McCarthy, who is hilarious. She's never been like the type of girl I ever have a crush on, because she's such like the friend type, the comedian, but such an awesome cover with like her being naughty and there's Santa. And so I thought, like with the other video, we're just going to look at the Christmassy stuff, and if there's any articles that are of interest to me or that I think would be of interest to you, we will stop on those. But I'm not going to do a full flip through, just a little bit of a show and tell. So with that, let's dig in. So the first Christmassy page looks like it's for alcohol. For Chivas Regal, it says you either have it or you don't. Does anyone here drink Chivas Regal? I don't know, but it's a Christmassy image, right? Adorable. Now the next Christmassy page is this little art piece right here. And this is the Playboy Advisor. So it looks like people are writing in with like concerns that they need advice on. I mean, there's everything here from how to kiss to, you know, I don't like my significant other's body part odors. I mean, everything. It's funny that grown men are kind of like teenage girls writing in. But this little art piece is great. I love it. Let me see. I don't think it says who drew it, but it's Christmassy. This is another Christmassy ad for Sky Vodka. It says brilliant. And all of the snow. Does it snow where you live or where you grew up? It didn't where I grew up, but I've also lived as an adult in other places, and I stay in other places where it snows. So I kind of get a good mix of the four seasons, depending on where I am at currently. I've experienced a lot of both. What about you? This is another Christmassy scene with a girl that I thought looked like J-Lo at first, but she wasn't really on the Hollywood circuit or scene yet in 96. But it says, what sort of man reads Playboy? A man who's extravagant about romance. He knows that in the holiday season, it takes something extra to make an impression. Flowers and perfume and lingerie are terrific the rest of the year, but the Playboy man likes to stand out. That's why he sprang for a Rockies resort. Playboy men take more winter vacations than the readers of Esquire and Rolling Stone combined. When it comes to seizing the initiative, Playboy is in a class by itself, and the source is Spring 1996 MRI. That's interesting. Were you a Playboy reader as a man, or, back when the magazine was in circulation in the 20th century? Do you take more winter vacations? I'd like to hear from you if this is accurate, this poll or statistic that they seem to have come up with. And some of that great classic Playboy art that we all love. It says, care to join in any reindeer games? And there's a sexy lady over there, kind of dressed like a reindeer and Santa at the same time. So I just love this classic artwork, and it's cool to see that it continued past like the 80s, that in the mid-90s they were still bringing that good old-fashioned style to the magazine. I love it. Now we get to the creme de resistance, right? The main article on Jenny McCarthy, and it says, "A holiday fantasy to ring your chimes." It's when Jenny met Santa, and I just love it. I never saw Jenny as like, I don't know, a girl to have a crush on, even though technically I think she's considered one of the most famous Playboy centerfolds and certainly became the most famous afterwards. But I just never, she was always more like a friend to me. I never got the crush feelings for her. I mean, obviously, you're not going to like every girl, but she's just hilarious and smart and great. And I love her current relationship with like the Wahlberg brother, Donnie, right? But this is just a great, what I wanted in the 86 one was a very cool Santa Christmas spread that they did not include in that one. But this one does include it. So thank goodness we get a full Santa with a sexy girl type layout. And I love it, love it, love it, love it. So she was Playboy's 1994 Playmate of the Year. And she was still in the show Singled Out when this came out, this magazine, and this was 96. So yeah, I just think it's great. I love it. I remember her saying that her boyfriend encouraged her to get into Playboy, and she was like, yeah, right. But she did it and she made it. I'm glad she was a success story. She doesn't seem to have like any horror stories to share. Neither does Pamela Anderson. I don't know how these two girls escaped it because so many have such bad stories. But I don't know, maybe one day they'll tell more, but so far they seem to be pretty I don't know, supportive of the Playboy regime, right? So yeah. So this is when Jenny met Santa, and I just think it's great. And let's see if there's more pictures in this spread. So I had to adjust the magazine a little bit to get all the pictures in focus, tasteful, beautiful pictures with Jenny looking like she's having fun and being her funny self. And she said that her turn-ons, she wanted a hard-driving man, a daredevil who wasn't afraid to emote. So that was like her turn-ons, and hopefully she found that in her current husband, right? And she wanted to succeed in TV land. Soon MTV and Singled Out made her queen of the singles scene. I think she did a great job with having a great career, and she's like big on Instagram and everything right now. So yeah, I just love a good story where it's like a person isn't ruined by Hollywood. A person somehow makes it out alive. And Jenny is one of those who kind of had the perfect recipe to like have a disastrous outcome, being that she was really into the Playboy scene, but yet everything turned out all right for her. And that's how we want our Christmas to turn out, right? A happy ending like Jenny McCarthy. So there you go. And here she is again in some more photos. She really got a good layout, very Christmassy. Santa's there. The Dalmatian puppies are there. I don't know why that is specifically Christmas, but I don't know, maybe in 101 Dalmatians they had a Christmas scene, right? So she looks like she's having fun. She looks so calm and not stressed out. And I've just, I've talked about Dorothy Stratton on my channel. Some people had horrible experiences. But she seems like one of those that like Hugh Hefner left alone, right? Maybe he knew she was too smart and she couldn't be a victim. But these are some great shots too. And this is what I want for a Christmas issue, you guys. I want this. This is Christmassy. So many, it's really disappointing how many Christmas Playboy magazines are not that Christmassy. So it was really hard for me to find another issue to share with you that would really be worthy of my channel, and this is definitely one. So I love all the Christmas scenes in the cover and in the centerfold. It's just chef's kiss. Perfect Christmas issue. And over here we have the classic Playboy art that I love. And it says, "That's all you've got to say? Sure beats milk and cookies." And that's, of course, Santa with a lovely lady, probably with no panties on, sitting on his lap. Let's just hope and pray that it is Mrs. Claus. Otherwise, she's not going to be too happy by this. And here we come to Playboy's Christmas gift guide. 'Tis the season for extravagance. So here is a $13,500 Royal Star. Features include, it's a motorcycle, a liquid-cooled engine, a high-geared 5-speed transmission for low RPM riding comfort, a smooth horizontally mounted suspension, and a 5-year warranty. So if you are into motorcycles, drop a comment to tell me if this is a particularly good brand. Oh, true story, I burned my leg on the exhaust pipe of my cousin's motorcycle, so I've got like a pretty good sized scar in my inner calf, but I thought it was badass at the time, and I still do. I don't mind that scar. I think all scars are badass. They tell good stories. What's the expression? Scars are just tattoos with better stories. Well, they're way better than tattoos, because to me, tattoos in this day and age have become really trendy, and I'm not a trendy person. But scars are not trendy. Not everybody has them. Very cool. And over here we've got more gifts. A Gladstone, the J. Peterman Co.'s Gladstone travel bag for $4.79. Leather passport case, $135. Holds a ticket to East West 10-month Catamaran World Tour. Ooh, what is this? Sailing a 55-foot luxury catamaran from Tahiti to the Antilles, $52,000. What is this? A PC, Scion 3A mini PC can build databases, keep track of schedules, create three-dimensional spreadsheets, and more for $400 to $600 depending on memory. So thanks to send faxes for about $3,000. And then this is, a shotgun that is $68,000. Wow, because it's gold inlaid, handcrafted in London. Interesting. And below is a cedar-lined walnut and brass replica of the humidor Milton Berle gave John F. Kennedy, which subsequently sold for more than $500,000. This one is available in a limited edition, only 35 for $7,500, signed by Berle, or unsigned for $5,000. Also in the humidor, a sterling silver cigar tube for $480 and a lighter for $430, handcrafted by John Hardy in Bali. Ooh, so that's interesting. I did the gifts. I always show these in all of my Playboy videos. Tell me which year for all these gifts you could get you preferred out of, I think, the 3 Playboy magazines I've done so far. Comment below which magazine the gifts that they offered you preferred the most. And we continue with the gifts. Let's see. Nikon's F5 Professional 35mm camera. About $3,350. The K24 Smart Skis with sensors that eliminate vibrations, $625. And it says, honoring the author of such swashbuckling tales as The Three Musketeers, Mont Blanc offers this Alexander Dumas fountain pen with marbled barrel, 18-karat gold nib, and a book case bearing a facsimile of Dumas' signature for $750. So if you have the literary person in your life. And this is a sterling silver wine cooler by Asprey for $6,950. Holds a rare bottle of Krug Collection 1976 champagne for $250 at the time. Near it is a 40s sterling silver cocktail shaker from Fortunoff for $1,900. Poured into Tiffany glasses, $32 each. And a giant silver-plated clock table lighter available in a limited edition of $200 for $2,800. So very fancy and very high-end Christmas gifts, right? Getting you in the spirit, in the mood. Okay, and this picture is anything but Christmassy, right? It's in a strip club, but I love the line. It says, "What's your address? I want to send you a Christmas card." So there's the Christmas touch. There is the naughty Christmas touch. I don't know if it's a card she wants to send him, but he's probably really happy she wants to know his address. And some more Christmas art. It says, "Now, Arnold, let's not spoil Christmas for the children." So Santa accidentally interrupted this couple who are having fun. So he's looking like he's going to beat him up. Like, come on, don't get near me and my woman. So just a little cute humor. I love all the art. This magazine, I think, has more than the 86 issue, or it seems like it so far. And here's some more great Christmas art. It says, we were sitting around the workshop wrapping, and I says, hey, do you guys ever want anything for Christmas? And so Santa is talking to a madame of like a whorehouse, and the elves are all going upstairs with ladies of their own. So the elves want to have a Christmas too, I think is what it's saying, which is cute. It's cute. It's naughty, but it's cute. And again, Playboy's party jokes, the classic art that goes with that. And she's holding an ornament and it breaks over here. And on the other side, some more Christmas art. And it says, gee, I don't know. Does it really say Christmas? And they're in a store and it says Santa's lair. But for some reason, he looks pretty wicked. So I don't know what the meaning of that is. It says presents for that special someone. Now, this next one I absolutely love. Shel Silverstein, who we all remember, those of us that grew up in the 80s, he did an article in here. It says, New Saint Nick, with his art, his poetry. It says, said old Miss Claus to old Saint Nick, your beard is scratchy, rough, and thick. Please shave it off, I'm getting nicked. So he did. Said Dr. Doom to smooth Saint Nick, your heart is going talkity-tick. You'd better lose that belly quick. So he did. Said Trainer Tough to slim Saint Nick, you're soft and flabby as a candle wick. Gotta pump some iron and get hard as a brick. So he did. He's becoming less and less Santa, isn't he? Said Tailor Tad to hard Saint Nick, that red suit makes you look like a hick. Try this Armani, it's cool and slick. So he did. Said Stylist Rick to hard Saint Nick, you look like an apple on a stick. With a hairpiece, you'd look younger quick. And he did. And the poetry continues. It said Surgeon Marvin to young Saint Nick, with a new profile, you'd get all the chicks. And that red nose is easy to fix. So he did. Said Fast Car Freddy to sleek Saint Nick, that funky sleigh won't do the trick. Here's Porsches and Vipers, just take your pick. So he did. Said Starlit Scarlet to cool Saint Nick, a hunk like you could star in a flick. And I know this might sound picky, but that saint stuff sounds really icky. How about changing it to Nicky? So he did. Said Sigmund Shrink to Nicky Nick, must you give presents? That's really sick. Just bring yourself, just give of Nick, and come in at the door, no chimney tricks. So he did. Said all the kids to new Saint Nick, you brought yourself, you silly twick. Where are our toys and our peppermint sticks? Bring back old Nick, for we give you a kick. So he did. So he went back to being classic Saint Nick. That's so cute. I don't own a ton of Playboy magazines, but I've never seen, before this one, I didn't own one with Shel Silverstein on it, so I love it because I love his art. And of course, I have his books. I think most of us have had those classic poetry books, but I'm pretty sure he got his start in magazines like Playboy. So it's great that by the mid-90s, he was still contributing to this magazine. Such a cute, unexpected Christmas poem. Loved it. And here's a great Playmate revisited. She was Playmate of the Year in 1961, so she's behind a very 60s, or in front of a very 60s Christmas tree, I should say, so I love that. I love that they revisited an early 60s issue, Christmas issue. And again, here's some more great artwork. It says, you're sure you don't mind me giving you the same thing 2 years in a row? What could she be giving old Saint Nick now? I wonder, she's on her knees. So cute. So I love this artwork. And we're not going to read this story, this whole short story, but there is a picture from the story, Burglar and the What's-It. So it looks like it's definitely going to be a Christmas-oriented tale, which is fabulous. I could never get enough Christmas vibes. I want all the Christmas vibes in this magazine, of course. Now, I'm not a Friends fan. I never found it funny or interesting, even when it was new, but I know a lot of you do. And here's a picture of Lisa Kudrow, and she's in a red dress, so she is Christmassy oriented. So I thought you guys would like to see it. It's 20 questions with her. Like in the 86 issue, it was 20 questions with Coco. Personally, I find the Coco one more interesting because, like I said, I'm not a Friends fan. But since I know many people are, I thought you'd like to see that there is an article of her in the December 96 issue, which is when Friends was like really popular, kind of at its peak, I would say. And some more fabulous, witty art. It says, I'm delighted you're not one of those who thinks it's the thought that counts, because it seems her sugar daddy bought her a really nice fur coat, most likely real, which I am not a vegan or anything like that. I don't care for pets. I don't like animals, but I think it's icky to wear a real fur coat, but I know a lot of people like them. They look beautiful. So a very cute Christmassy scene like I love. And it looks like this is going to be an article on Christmas liqueurs. It says the spirits of Christmas, our Yuletide wish list of lavish holiday liqueurs. So I'm not sure if this is going to be a few page spread. So let's look on and see what it has. Okay, so that liqueur page was just the page that I showed you. There wasn't more. And this is more of the like Mad Magazine art that they did in the 86 December issue. Christmas cards from the rich and famous. So it's just silly Christmas cards from like Heidi Fleiss and Bill Gates and, Kathy Lee Gifford. So I'm not going to read it all, but it's all that cool kind of silly Mad Magazine type stuff, which is great and unexpected again. And again, more Christmas funnies. It says, oh, you poor things, why don't you come in for a moment, have a drink, and slip out of those wet clothes? So women are caroling, and this man wants to invite them in, I think, for a little more than hot cocoa. And some more Christmas art. It says, after getting past the guard dogs, the video surveillance, and the motion detector, I'm not in the mood. So Santa is not in the mood for any romantic time after his night out delivering gifts. I don't blame him. It's a real tiring job that Santa has to do every year. Another great holiday ad. It says, spend the holidays with us. And Victoria Silvstedt and Jenny McCarthy. And but it's $3.95 a minute, which I don't know if if you're really going to be talking to a playmate. I wouldn't call for $3.95 a minute, but I know there are people that really racked up bills back then, and like really like a lot of money just like calling these 1-900 numbers. So I wouldn't advise it. 18 years or older, only $3 a minute, but here it says $3.95 a minute. That's like $4 a minute. No thanks. No thanks. I wouldn't advise it. More gift ideas. It says you can give the Playboy book 40 years. It's $50, signed by Hugh Hefner. Not bad since it's signed by Hugh. The 97 Playmate calendars. And that's the very famous picture of Pamela Anderson that is on the cover, the box of the Y2K trading cards that I did a video of. Guys, check out my Playboy playlist if you like this content, because I've got a lot of Playboy stuff on my channel. And for those of us who don't have thousands of dollars to spend on Christmas, I like that they gave this holiday gift guide, Playboy's holiday gift guide, with like computer games and like, watches and things that are much more affordable, because they didn't do that in past issues. I don't know when they started doing that, maybe in the 90s, but good idea. Some more silly art that says, are you serious? $75 for a tree? And he says, are you serious? $75 for a blowjob? So I take it she's just a street worker, not his girlfriend, but that's cute, funny. And so we come to the end of the gala holiday issue of December 1996 Playboy. And I definitely tried to share with you all my favorite things. Not everything in the magazine. These magazines are always like over 200 pages, sometimes closer to 3. This one was a little bit shorter than the December 86 issue, but I feel like it had more Christmas stuff in it ultimately. I feel like, I don't know if this video, when I edit it, will be longer. Maybe it'll be around the same, but I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that my voice continues to come back, because I had a lot more Christmas ideas planned out for you, but I'm human. I could only do what I could do, but in the new year, I want to bring you guys a lot more Playboy, a lot more erotic stuff, a lot more sapphic stuff, and Sweet Valley, and all of that because I really appreciate all of you guys that have requested it and how much my channel has grown in 2023. So thank you so, so much. This is the last video of the year, you guys. I will see you in the new year. I hope it was satisfying. I hope it was interesting. I hope it relaxed you and put you to sleep if that was your intention. Thank you so much for joining and subscribing to me this year. And I'll see you in the new year, okay? Good night.